I know you're all itching to see the speed sausage go, but that's going to be in 2 videos time. This video is about the original world's fastest RC car. Next video is going to be the second Project World's fastest RC car. Third video, the speed sausage. So in the last video we had this RC car out to try and beat the world speed record, and we failed. The goal was to go over 200 miles an hour, however we only managed 156. So in this video we're going to make some adjustments and then we're going to try again. So just to recap, this is quite a unique build, so let's show you what's inside. Most speed cars have one motor, some have 2 motors, but they all go to a centre transmission and then drive shafts, giving it to the front and rear diffs. This one has twin motor, direct drive, motor directly driving the differential look. And because it's such a unique build, no one really knows what this car's going to be capable of. Hopefully in this video we're going to find out. So the problem we had was actually with the speed controller. There's supposed to be 2 of these in here. Twin motors, twin ESCs, 12S LiPo, 12S LiPos, 24S. We could actually run it on 30S, but that's if we need more power later on. The ESC was set up wrong somehow, I don't know why. So the car went up to like 150 something mile an hour, then it started slowing down again. When we had it on the bench, it just went and slowly the power went down to nothing. So we gave up with that car and put our focus onto that one there. That one also didn't go fast enough. We got like 170 something out of it. So we thought we're going to pull this ESC out of that car and put it into that one. That's when we discovered the problem. So now that we know what the problem is, we've reset it, it works. We're going to put this back into there and give it another run on full power and see what this thing's capable of. Also, we've got to give the car a little bit of maintenance. I've just noticed here on the front differential, look, got a little bit of play in there. So we've got to take it apart and have a look to see what's going on there. And while we got it all apart, I've got these trill bulkheads to put in here. These are brand new to the market, made out of 70-75 aluminium. It should make the diff mounting a lot more secure. Also, the servo is an AGF super high speed one. However, it hasn't got much torque. So when there's a lot of downforce on the front, the steering gets really vague. So we've got this perfect pass monster servo. It's got about 50 plus kilos of torque. We're going to put that in there too. All right, that's enough waffle. Let's get wrenching and then take out for a rip and see what this baby can do. Oh, look at the quality of this, guys. It also comes with the bearing that goes in there. That's the bearing that always fails in there. I think it's actually a bigger bearing. Check that out. It's made in Germany. Super high-end bearings. Hopefully that's going to solve this, what keeps happening. So I made this belly plate here to make the bottom a little bit smoother, a little bit more aerodynamic, and to give us more space to mount things. With these motors in here, I had to cut holes into the chassis to get the motors to actually fit. So there we go, look, we can see that bearing wobbling. So while that's off, it's nice and easy now to get to the servo. Next, let's get this nice alloy bulkhead fitted. Oh, look at that. There we can see the destroyed bearing. It's hard to see, but you can see here how much bigger the new bearing is. So hopefully it's going to last a lot longer. You know what, guys, that went together absolutely perfectly so far. I've used the hot racing ones before and they look almost exactly the same, but they don't go together as well. So when you put this cover on here, on the hot racing ones, they were crushing the bearings. You had to leave these screws loose and just hold them in with Loctite. On this, I've done this all the way up and look, it all turns perfectly. Next, we need to get all this lot here back together again. Boom! That's the front all done. So next we've got to do the same again on the back. Not going to film it. It's exactly the same. Right, ready? Boom! There we go. All fitted, guys. These bulkheads fit absolutely perfectly. I'll tell you one thing I do want to do is where we crashed it last time. Let's all graze it down the runway. I just want to put some new parts on there, make it nice. Before we go, I just want to let you know that you guys can win this Traxxas x-maxx 8S. I've set up a competition. I'm going to put a link to that competition down below, and any of you guys can enter for a chance to win this car. I've only just built it, and it's got all my favourite upgrades on there. And it's even got the same livery as the monster truck. And time's running out. You've only got 2 days left to enter. Alright, that's enough waffle. Let's go. Here we are at Rossa, ready to rip. Hopefully, it's going to do something good.
What do you reckon it's going to happen then?
For some reason, when I accelerate, the back goes before the front. And I don't know how you set up these MGMs. I've got no idea. So many settings on there, so complicated. I don't know, I'm just going to pin it, hope the best. Hopefully it doesn't hit the backflip. Right, it's going.
Foams are perfect, they're all there. Absolutely perfect.
Thanks, mate. That felt really super stable, but the speed's not there. So we're going to try some different ESCs. I'm so struggling setting these things up. Do ESCs, do another video. So after we did the speed run and got 166 mile an hour, I brought it back and I wanted to give it another run to see if it'd go more. So we took it all the way up the runway again the other way, tried to go for a second run, and it just stopped. It wouldn't move anymore. It just started cogging, and it was so far away that I couldn't really see what it was doing. All I know, I was accelerating and it just didn't want to go. So someone went down to retrieve it, brought it back. Noah held it in his hands, and I thought I'll give it a little rev to see if it works. So it works, but then suddenly the reverse came on again, and it was screaming its nuts off in reverse. Noah was holding it, and the thing was just going. We wasn't filming it. I wish I'd have filmed it. And we couldn't turn it off. Everything I did on the accelerator, on the throttle, it wouldn't kill it. I turned the transmitter off to try and make it go into fail-safe. It still wouldn't kill it. It just going in reverse. So we then had to try and get the body off, and we got all the body clips in there. We had tape around the front to stop the air getting in, and poor Noah's holding the car with it all going nuts, and we're all trying to turn it off. So I think these speed controllers are dangerous, and they're going to have to go. So unless we can find someone that knows how to set them up properly, I think we're going to go with something else. So on this car, we've been running the Gone Banana tyres, perfect pass servo, TP motors, scorched lock differentials, scorched drive shaft, perfect pass rear wing, and the MGM speed controllers. There's going to be a link to all of that stuff down below. Now, the speed that we got in the car was 166 mile an hour. The original goal was to go like 203 mile an hour. And we're still a long shot off. These MGM speed controllers, I've been having massive troubles trying to set them up. They're really complicated. I don't want to blame it on the speed controllers because it might be me doing something wrong, but we twice had the problems in this event and also the last event last year, is where they go up to full power, and then the power just drops off and drops off and drops off, so it's slowing down as you go over the line. And we had the same problem again this time. Even though I resetted them, we solved that problem. The next problem we had is that the two speed controllers were driving at different speeds. So the back went first, then a little bit later on, the front started driving. And I don't know, it just seemed to not really be right. And then the other trouble it did, for Rossa, we have to turn off reverse and have failsafe set to brake. However, it seemed to be okay on the bench. And then when we used it, and I didn't have it on camera, I didn't film it, but what happened was it started going into reverse all by itself, but only the front one, not the rear one. And it started just being completely unpredictable. It started doing all this weird, crazy stuff. So I think we're going to pull them out. We're going to find some different speed controllers. I still want to get this car to go over 200 mile an hour. I think it's got the potential. So in a future video, we are going to modify this car, change these speed controllers. Maybe give them to someone that knows how to use them and set them up properly. Because these are supposed to have massive potential, but they were just playing up. And I've wasted 2 Rossa events just messing about with them, trying to get them to go right. And they're not. But anyway, next video is going to be the green speed car. This thing has got some horsepower, so much horsepower in fact that it blew the tyres off. So that's next video, and then video after that it's going to be the speed sausage, and the goal of this is actually to get it go to 250 mile an hour. So you're going to have to wait and see what happened in that video. It was impressive, but we still got more to come. Video soon. And don't forget, check the link in the description for your chance to win this Traxxas x-maxx.